How you doing?
It's another day, ready to finish this off with a bang, I guess.
You could say going with a victory of the extreme kind. That would be the goal, right?
Too easy.
Too fucking easy, yeah. It is what it is. Oh dear. So yeah, there's some interesting stuff coming in this next set. I think. I don't know how much of it is going to be amazing. I know a couple of these cards are very good for their time, but we need like a playset of them. Like I'm especially looking at Reborn Tengu, the very first card in this set. Fun fact, I actually could have picked that up off the promo thing if I wanted to, because it was the sneak peek for this exact set. So, you know, it was available, if you will, as a promo thing. So I could have actually picked it up. I have decided not to, though, even though it seems like it'd be really good, because not quite what I want today. But, yeah, I don't know. There's that, like, just even looking down, there's more Blackwing stuff in here. I don't know if it's any good, but,
I mean, I can see you using a couple of them there, that are there.
I think the big thing for today, as far as archetype stuff goes, is the Tet Genus, the TG stuff. Some of that looks like it'd be really good for synchro climate stuff. It's supposed to be designed as that. I think, if I remember rightly though, the main way this deck was played for a very long time was as a stun deck, with like, you know, floodgate cards that stopped stuff from activating or being played in other ways. Because they all seem to like recover more monsters out of the deck when they get destroyed. So, or at least like Striker, Warwolf, Rush Rhino, they all seem to like be able to cycle through each other. So I think this was played as a stun deck rather than a synchro thing. But I think it looks kind of cool as a synchro deck, so I don't know.
We'll see.
And then there's your Six Samurai guy, the Elder of the Six Sam is in here. That could be fun.
I'm eager to see what we're going to be getting here.
Yeah. Well, I suppose with that said, then, how ready are we to go into this? Are we even ready to go into this?
I don't know. I know I'm not fully ready yet because I still need to do my Yusei trade, my Ragnar trade, and my Headmaster 4 trade.
Yes, I was thinking you'd be going through the stuff with that, and I have one thing to show at least in terms of my side, because I have actually changed my mind on one of the cards that I will take from my wheel off the last time round. You know, I got the promo pick ×2. Given my testing with the deck I was hoping to be able to play today, it isn't going to work until I can trade after this wheel. It's just not consistent enough, and it would be a bit of a disservice to you to play it when it's not actually, you know, firing as it should do. I need a couple of cards that I can't get until I trade for a wheel. So, because of that, I am switching what my card is, and I'm going to show that before I open the packs here as well. Like, I'm still taking the Quasar, and I'm still willing to trade you one of those for something silly as well if you want, because you want to try your hand at making Quasar as well, because that'd be funny.
It'd be interesting. Yeah.
I don't need 3 of them, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've traded for 3 anyway, because why not? But I don't need all 3 of them. And yeah, I've decided to take something else, which I'm going to show at the beginning of the stuff here for the third one. I don't know how many of them I'm actually going to be able to use. We'll see. It's an interesting pick, to say the least, but should be fun, so we'll see.
Gonna be all the more interesting when we find out what's going to be the end results.
Yeah. Alright, so you said so you say hidden.
Yusei 3, Ragnarok, and Headmaster 4.
Yes, so you've got all 3 of the last sets that we've done for trade stuff.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right, so you go ahead and do that. I'll go over the set stuff on my end, start the opening and whatnot. Maybe if I get enough TG stuff, I'll actually try and build that deck. I don't know. I haven't got any sort of pre-built thing for that, though, so that might take a while. But, you know, could be fun.
Well, I know nothing I have is pre-built. I just kind of go along with it as I go.
Yeah. So, I tend to try and have at least a main template of whatever I want to play for the round coming up, just because we're playing so many different decks for the stuff. I try and at least have a rough idea of what I want and then adapt it based on what I actually pull, you know. But I haven't got that for TG because I wasn't expecting to play that, so we'll see if I get enough of the stuff. We'll see if it works.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway,
Alrighty, then.
Yeah, let's go for it. So I will see you back in a little bit then.
Yep.
Good luck,
Good
buddy.
duel.
Yeah, same to you. Alrighty then. Why are there 2 misses? Because Slow decided he wanted one as well. And I uploaded the other one because I liked the Mario Party thing. And then Slow gave me the... I think Slow gave me the other one, so... Oh, gave me permission to take it with FFC, so I don't know. Anywho, this shows how much I care about Frankenface Z because I just don't... I haven't changed it in like 6-7 years at this point, probably more. Right, so... before we actually go into the set description stuff proper, I did mention I want to show the card that I have taken instead of TG Hyper Librarian for this one, because Librarian isn't really going to be good unless I'm actually synchro summoning multiple times in like multiple turns. I am not playing Quick Draw Synchron today, so there's no way that's going to be the thing. So instead, I've used a couple of extra Hidden Arsenal secrets as the surplus trade stuff is. Actually, no, I used one, and then I used Armatada Chaos Phantom because I can't ever play that. We're picking up Gauze for today. So, I actually wasn't aware until I told Chaos about this, and he was like, oh yeah, it's available at this bit. This was available in 2010 as a promo card. It was... a manga volume like super bonus card. It was an ultra rare in that, so that's where I picked it up from. It was not listed on Konami's official site, which is why I didn't have the thing of it. The lists that I have picked up have all been from Konami's like official site for stuff here. This wasn't on there, but all the other like manga volume stuff around it was. So I think this is just an oversight. Gauze is like the hand trap to end all hand trap type stuff. It's not really to end all, but like this is one hell of a hand trap to have around. As you can see, if we don't have any cards in play, which might be the difficult bit today, we'll see. But if you don't have any cards on your field and you take damage either from battle or from effect damage, you special summon this 2700 Duda from your hand, and if you took effect damage, you burn the opponent for the same amount, so that's kind of okay. But if you, more likely, if you take battle damage, so if the opponent attacks you directly, you special summon this 2700 guy, and then special summon a token, which has the same attack and defense as the damage that you took. This will force Kib to attack with the weaker monsters first, so that I don't summon a token that's too strong for him to get over. But this dude is also 2700 attack by himself. He's level 7, which is quite good because I do play level 1 tuners on occasion. I don't think that's going to happen today unless I pull one from the set itself, but him being level 7 means that in my other decks that use like Glow Up Bulb or Spore or, you know, that kind of thing. Unknown Synchron's in this set, actually. That could be one. It means that I could actually summon this card and use it for a level 8 Synchro as well. Or use the token for the Synchro, because the token is also level 7. Depends which one's weaker at the time. But the point is, this will change the way that attacking directly happens with it. I could just pass on an open board, and Kib will not necessarily know whether or not I have a Gauze. It's like Fear of Death typing of it in a way. This card is very scary, and I think I mean, it's unlimited at the moment. It was limited on release, pretty much, when it came out. I don't know when it came off the ban list that way, but super, super strong card with that. Actually, I could potentially go look it up, but I don't feel like it. We're playing by the modern ban list at the moment. We have access to all 3 copies of it, so that's what I'm going to go with. So, going over the Extreme Victory stuff, I haven't actually looked at this set beforehand. I haven't looked at it in a while. I know there's some stuff which is kind of neat in here. Reborn Tengu was the one I mentioned before. This was really, really strong at the time. I think it got semi-limited pretty quickly too because of its effect here. If it leaves the field by pretty much any means, and it's an if, not with a optional part either, you special summon another one from the deck. This is not once per turn. It's also doesn't matter how it leaves the field. It just, if it leaves the field in pretty much any way. I think the only way that it wouldn't count is if it was SS'd material. Maybe. Chaos could possibly correct me on that one, but pretty sure if it's SS'd material, it doesn't count as being on the field. So, yeah, that's the only way that it would get, like, not activated. But if you synchro summon with this, you will get another one out. It's 1700 too. You could just set this though and have a defense out. You can special summon it in defense too. So fantastic card, but it is a super rare. We're probably not going to get more than one of it, if any. So not holding out high hopes for it. But if I got it though, would be fantastic to play. Some junk monsters come in here as well. They that sounds bad when you say it that way, but it is an archetype at this point. We had Junk Synchron for the longest time, but we get a couple more starting in here. So Servant, it's mostly Servant and a Synchro monster that we get in this one. But you can special this if you've got, say, that Junk Synchron in play, and then go into a higher level Synchro monster with it. Not really the greatest sort of start with the stuff here. We'll get more of the cards later on to make it work, but if we picked up a couple, it would probably still be fine. You could use Rhoda to get it out because it is a warrior, not a machine, so that's fun. There'd be some good ways of using this later. It also doesn't say except Junk Servant, so if you had multiple copies of this when the SS'd era comes in, which is after this set, obviously, you could summon one and then special another one and overlay them. So you could get a rank 4 out with this as well. So there's some good potential in the future as well. Unknown Synchron is also kind of cool here. This would be a lot better if I had tuning, but that was an ultra rare. We kind of whiffed that, so unfortunate. But this can side draw itself out. If the opponent's got a monster you don't, special summon it from the hand, but you can only do this once per duel. However, it's a tuner that can special summon itself out. Even if it is from the hand and not the graveyard, it still specials itself. So this is another fantastic card. Would be great to play in the quick draw deck that I was using before. So it's a common. We'll get it. Very good card. The Resonator stuff finishes up here as well. These have been splashing around in different attribute like Fiend Tuners in various sets now. Clock Resonator is kind of interesting to go with because it's kind of like Dart Resonator, that it can't get destroyed the first time like it would be in the turn, but it also doesn't get destroyed by card effects if it's face up. So like, if you have this monster face up, your opponent Dark Holes, then it doesn't get killed. They've got to actually kill it in battle at that point too, which they will, but you know, it forces them to kill it more than once, which is neat. Blackwing stuff, there's a tuner later on as well, which I'm a little bit more interested in. I think Hillen over here is kind of neat. They're all tuners in this set, which is interesting. Yeah, Hillen and Tengu Wind is a fun one. If the opponent does a lot of battle damage in one shot, you can special both this and a level 3 Blackwing from the graveyard. Effects are negated, doesn't matter, because you're most likely summoning Kalut or Kalima with this one. You might summon Gale, but considering this is a tuner, you're probably not. It's a once per duel effect, but you're probably only going to play one anyway. Weird card, but it's got 0 attack, so you can add it to the hand with the Black Whirlwind on like any Blackwing normal summon, so that's kind of fun. And then Kogarashi, I think the problem I have with this card, in my Blackwing deck at least, is that I don't have any monsters that I can tune this with. This would be better if there were like low level Blackwings that I could play with it, or if I had a level 9 generic Synchro, which don't exist yet for 2 material. The only 2 material one I can think of is a Earthlock one, and this is all dark, so whatever. So a little bit tricky to actually use, being level 6 and a tuner, but if this was a non-tuner, this would be a lot better. Yeah, if one of your black wings gets destroyed by card effect, you can special this, and if you can somehow synchro with it, your opponent can't interrupt it or like trap hole it or something. But I don't know how you're doing that yet, is what I'm trying to say. Morphtronic stuff finishes up in here. I think stapling was kind of okay, because it's a stapler. But yeah, it's kind of neat. Lantron is a tuner, I guess, if you want the level 1 tuner for the deck. Trying to think why you would need that, but still. Mechlord army stuff, the generals that these work with, or the emperors I should say, are all promo cards, so we're probably not getting hold of any of them. So as a result, I'm really not going to look over the Mechlord army stuff, because they have to summon, or they're used to summon the emperors, really, and that's not relevant because we can't get them. Well, we can, but like we're not going to trade for them, right? Tergenis! We can't get Hyper Librarian yet because that's a promo trade, like I've chosen not to do that today. But the Tergenis stuff still comes in kind of neat here. I think Cyber Magician lets you... I mean, this one, Striker, Warwolf, and Rush Rhino, if they're destroyed on field, then either whether it's by battle or card effect, whether it's yours or the opponent's, at the end of the turn you can get a different one from your deck to hand. They're quite low rarity as well for the most part. Like Striker is really good. Striker can also special itself if the opponent, like, it Sidras itself again. So this is also pretty strong. So yeah, we might play something with that. Jet Falcon's kind of bad. Probably don't care about that. But like Cyber Magician, I think is an optional sort of thing with it here, because you need to use TG synchros. There's quite a few of them in this set, but probably not going to be able to use it that well, to be honest. As far as that goes, it's only level 1. Bit awkward. However, it does let you synchro from the hand as well, which is quite nice. So, like, this is on the field and your other material is in hand. That would work with Rush Rhino to get Wonder Magician out, that we'll see later. Warwolf is also pretty good, because if any low-level monster gets special summoned, whether it's yours or the opponent's, you can just special it. And because it searches a different TG out at the end of the turn it got killed, it's fine to soak up an attack as well. So this one's generically pretty good. It's also a common, so that's fine. Yeah, that with Striker would be the way that you go into like Hyper Librarian and do more synchro stuff with that. I think we could make a synchro core out of this without having to use Librarian, though. Unfortunately, Warwolf is dark and not Earth, so we can't play Naturia Beast with it, but that's still fine. And then Rush Rhino's got the Crystal Beast Topaz Tiger part to it. Gains 400 attack if it's attacking. Although it doesn't have to attack a monster, that is a key difference here. So that's fun. And yeah, it's got the same thing there. So you want a couple of Rush Rhino, you would want triple Striker, you would want triple Warwolf. Maybe a Cyber Magician, and you could make some decent stuff out of that. There's some more Psychic monsters in here. They work with Banish effects this time rather than Life Point stuff. I think the Life Point gimmick has been not entirely removed at this point, but has been definitely dampened compared to what they used to be. So these all work. I think Esper Girl is kind of cute. When it's banished, you banish the top card of the deck, and... Oh no, it's... When this banished card is special summon, you banish the top card of the deck, and then when it goes from field to grave, you add it back to hand. There's a bunch of different banish type stuff here. The Silent Psychic Wizard is kind of neat, just because it's 1900. A lot of these, so you could banish the Esper Girl with that. Six Arms get Elder, and that's they get Dual Wield as well as a trap card, but it's mostly Elder in this set. This card works fantastically with Asceticism, because Kagemusha is also 400 attack, and that gets you into the level 5 synchro very easily. This Sidras itself onto the field, so you can special this, normal summon the... well, you could normal summon whatever the hell you want, really. You special summon the Kagemusha with Asceticism, and then you've got Shien on field without even using your normal summon for the turn. So, very, very strong, very scary. Six Arms are fantastic at swarming the field, so terrifying card there. Karakuris, we didn't get any of the original ones, so we don't care about them. This Gladiator Beast took a wrong turn from the Neos archetype of uselessness, so we do not care about this one. It can't be used as a fusion material, that instantly makes it terrible, but it also doesn't tag out ever. Yeah, it's terrible. We don't care about that. The ghost rare of the set is Junk Berserker. This works with Quick Draw Synchron, could be fun, but you need to use junk cards for this. So at the moment it would have to just be Junk Synchron and Servant, which do actually combine together to make this guy. They hit level 7, so you could use that, and then banish one of them, target one, blah blah blah, face a monster. So Junk Warrior has got 1300 attack if I remember rightly, and Servant has got 1500. So some pretty decent deficit. You know, you could cut the opponent down to size quite easily with that. Lifestream Dragon uses Power Tool Dragon, which only Kib has. Needs a level 1 tuner to go along with it. Make your life points 4000 when it's summoned is kind of fun. Take no effect damage whilst it's out is neat, although we're not using burn, so that's whatever. And you can banish equips to stop it getting destroyed from the graveyard. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Recipro Dragonfly is only noteworthy because it is a level 2 non-tuner synchro monster. I do need one of these for next round, like the showcase stuff. So if I don't pull it, I'm gonna have to trade for it from the end of the set. But there's the other reason I don't want to play the fishing today, because I need to pull this, and if I don't pull it, then my entire deck doesn't work. So yeah, let's just say I'm not confident in pulling the exact card I need this time round. Wonder Magician is fun. If you're using the Ted Jenner stuff, you pop a spell trap when it's synchroed. It's a level 5 tuner, so it's a synchro monster that also then goes into more synchro stuff. This actually works with the two TGs down here. They do actually need tuner synchros, so this is an alternative to Formula Synchron to go into the stuff that way. You'll probably need to use stuff like Recipro to get that going, but you know, fun stuff with that. And you can use this to synchro on the opponent's turn, or if it gets destroyed by any means, you draw a card, so fun stuff with that too. Doesn't have to hit the graveyard, so if Bottomless Trap Hole hits it, you still draw a card. Power Gladiator is another good one for the TG stuff. It does piercing, but it also draws a card when it gets destroyed. So, you know, nice card to go into for the Warwolf Striker combo. Blade Blaster and Halberd Cannon both need all Synchro Monster materials. Blade Blaster is at least a 1-on-1, so you could go these two, or any level 5 Synchro, basically. You can go these two into it, and yeah, send one card from your hand to graveyard to negate the spell trap that targets it. Nah. During your opponent's turn, banish one TG from your graveyard to banish this until it interdimensional matter transports itself. It's not too great. It is 3300 attack, which is fun, but not really that strong. Halberd Cannon is just worse Quasar, because why would you not just summon Quasar with these materials? I don't know. Maybe you don't have Quasar, but I do, so whatever. Once per turn during our place turn, when the monster would be summoned, to negate that summon and destroy it. That is actually pretty good. Quasar can't do that, so I suppose there's a reason to play it. When it's sent from field to graveyard, you get the TG monster out of the grave and special it, which is, again, not bad, but yeah, I don't know. You would probably need to go like Wonder Magician, Power Gladiator, Recipro Dragonfly to make this thing, and I don't really see that being too great. Overmind Archfiend is a very expensive card to make because it's a free material monster, and it is landlocked into Psychics, so that's kind of rough. But it is kind of neat if it can stay on the field for a couple of turns, because it has that's the whole like gimmick of the Psychic stuff this round. They banish cards out of the graveyard, and when they get sent from field to graveyard, you can special summon like one of those cards. The Synchro Monster special summons all of them, and again, it is on a 3300 body, so that's fun. Probably not super great. Resonator Call is quite nice if I had Dart Resonator like Kib does, because I didn't pull it in Duelist Genesis. This would probably be a bit better. Could still get Clock Resonator though, so it's not a terrible card. And Clock is an Earth monster. Maybe Naturia could work with that. Could be fun. Otherwise, yeah, there's some stuff for Red Dragon Archfiend that we can't use because we didn't pull it. Some stuff for Mech Lords that I don't really care about because we're not playing them. There's some Tech Genis equipment here as well. I don't know what the shorthands and stuff on these are actually supposed to represent. They're probably just, you know, acronyms because they can be, but I don't know what they're for. Yeah, you could destroy spell traps, kind of whatever. The spells are pretty bad if I remember rightly, but there's a couple of traps that are quite good. Some psychic stuff. Another 6-sound card here is basically just a Bushido counter holder for Gateway, but it can special summon 6-sound from the deck if you send it to grave with enough counters on it, so that's kind of fun. Yeah, there's a synchro summon blocker, which is okay on like turn 1 or something, I suppose. Self-mummification is funny and only notable because you can use it to send Fortune Lady Light to the graveyard and trigger its effect every time. But it's pretty terrible, so like, why would you do that? I don't know, but you can, technically. The TG traps, I think this one was pretty good. As a rare, shuffle 3 TGs back into your deck and draw 2 cards. Yeah, it's a trap, but like the TG monsters all search the different named cards out every time one of them gets destroyed. So using this to recover them is a really cool aspect to that. So that's neat. And yeah, they've got a synchro spam like special summon bit as well, which I suppose is fun. You can also creature swap them, I guess. Would it be creature swap or like? Yeah, I mean, that is the obvious card for it. I think there's an alien one, which is kind of is a trap. That's why I'm sort of... I forget what it was called, though. The other 6-sound card in here, Dual Wield, is okay, but it's more of a dueling special. And even then, I don't think it's that great. But hey, if you've got just one 6-sound in play, you can return 2 of your opponent's cards to the hand. Double Compulse is kind of fun, but the condition to activate it really, really bad. Let's see. Debunk is kind of good if against specific decks that rely on stuff like Quick Draw Synchron would get wrecked by this. Well, maybe Quick Draw probably wouldn't, because that's a summon. I'm trying to think what would get hit by this. Like Unknown Synchron would probably get hit by this. Activating in hand or graveyard is kind of fun, so like Dandelion would get destroyed by it, so that's cool. Safe Zone stops your monster from getting killed, but it also stops it from attacking directly, so there is that. Dodger Dragon is kind of good. Can't negate the normal summon of it, and then your opponent can't play counter traps the rest of the turn, so if you know they're playing a heavy counter deck, there is that. Quite a nice one. Tour Guide from the Underworld, amazing card that we can't play right now. Because it can't use the stuff for synchro material. Level 3 or lower fiend. Oh no, level 3 exactly. Fiend monster. It's level 3 itself. The idea of this is that you can use it for an Exceed summon, but we're not quite there yet. So it came out one set too early. Still a very good card though. The Glad Beast one here, the fusion card, it's interesting. I think this did see some play. Glad Beast was still getting a bit of play at this time, so like, yeah. It can use any Glad Beast monsters. Doesn't tag out, doesn't have any bonus effects, but it's 2500 attack, it's kind of decent. So like, if I pulled it, I don't think it'd be enough to put me back on Glads, but I'd use it. I don't quite understand why like Axe Dragonute is the common when like Lancer. Oh no, it's these two, right? Lancer Lindworm is 1800 attack and does piercing. Lancer Dragonute is 1500 attack and does piercing. Why is the Lancer the super rare? That makes no sense to me, but whatever. Oh, there was actually one of the Emperors in here as a secret rare for the Mechlord stuff. Nobody cares. This is the Blackwing that I'm kind of interested in today, Jin the Rain Shadow, because it's a level 1 tuner and it's lower than like almost everything else that I have in deck, so Black Whirlwind can get this out real easily. But the fact that it's a level 1 tuner means I can go into Catastor with like Shura or something, and I can special this out with Shura too. So I'm interested to play like one of it and see how it goes. Scrap Orthos I think was kind of neat, but we don't have the scrap tools to really use it. And then Blue Rose Dragon, if you are playing plant-based like roasting, this is the start of the Rose Dragon archetype, which I think just got some recent support, actually, as recent as the newest set coming out. Ruddy Rose Dragon, I think, is in there. So, yeah, they've actually started printing stuff with it that way too. But it's a pretty neat card. You can get Black Rose Dragon back out of it, or just a plant monster, so Lone Fire Blossom or something would be fun. So, there is that. Alright, with that said, we are going to close that one out. We're going to close that one out for now as well, because I can come back into it. 24 packs of Extreme Victory, the final set of our 5D's era. Let me just take a quick drink, and then we'll see what we can get. I realized that was quite a long time explaining the set, which maybe not be the most impactful for our draft here, unless we get the Tech Gen stuff. But honestly, I have not read this set in a while, so there's quite a bit in there to look at. And I mean, straight away, we're getting a decent start. TG Striker is really good, and the Unknown Synchron that I would want like one copy of, really. Pretty good opening to the set. We'll say if we can get like a couple more of those, then we might well be set. Alright, pack 2. Soundproofed. So again, anti-synchro. I don't think I'm really going to be playing it, to be honest. I don't think there's been enough synchro spamming on the on Kib's end for me to actually need to use that card. But I mean, it's a good tech option to have if nothing else. Next up, we did get one of the Mechlord thingies, unfortunately. This could have been to Reborn Tengu and it would have been really good. As it is, it's completely useless. I think even in the Mechlord decks, it wasn't used, so unfortunate. Warwolf, that's pretty good. Full House is one that I didn't mention because it's hilarious at how like sad this card is. It's a trap card that if the opponent has 3 face down and 2 face up spell or traps on the field, you destroy them all. That is literally never going to happen. So yeah, very annoying card there. Rush Rhino. Okay, so we're getting a little bit here. We've got 1 Rush Rhino, 1 Striker, 1 Warwolf so far. I've noticed a couple of the other tier common ones coming in here, but not really too fussed about them. The Karakuri card. This one's actually pretty good too, if I remember rightly. But we don't have the Karakuris to use it. Yeah, if Karakuri and face-up defense is on the field, you can negate the spell or trap. That's actually pretty good, and we got the quote-unquote Mirror Force for the archetype in the previous set too. But unfortunately, we just didn't draw the Karakuris to use it with. Jar Turtle also comes in this set. Yeah, I'm only mentioning it because I technically have triple Jar of Greed, so in theory, I could actually use Jar Turtle to draw extra cards, which would be funny, but not exactly good. Nothing really too fancy in this one. Let's just move on. Get us out. Warwolf number 2. That's about the best I can say in this pack. Yeah, pretty unimpressive first third here. I did get my copy of Recipro Dragonfly, that's good, and the last Warwolf that's needed. So this is good. I don't need to trade for this at the end of the set now. I could maybe use it on something a bit higher fidelity. Alright, Rush Rhino number 2, that's good. So I have pretty much enough of those at this point. I need Striker if I'm going to try and build tech stuff here. So that's what we'd be hoping for. Salvage Warrior is not it. So, I also didn't mention the Meteorite. This is like the best, one of the best like archetype trap cards to ever exist. But it's in Worms, which is like the worst archetype ever. So you know. Oh, hey, we got the. Oh, now that's curious. How? I'm gonna have to try and fit that in the deck, aren't I? You could go into level 8 synchros with that. It's not landlocked into Blackwings. I may have to try and tag that in. That could be fun. Even if it's just as like a discard fodder or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll try and fit that in. But hey, we got the Blackwing, the level 5 tuner, so that could be fun. Dodger Dragon. Okay, if I ever want to play the Dragon archetype stuff, this is quite good. I think this is also my first Elder. Not that I have the 6-ham stuff to use it anymore, but still, it is nice to see. We are getting a couple more hollers coming in at this point. Third soundproofed, so I guess if I really need to play anti-synchro, you know, at the last set to focus on synchro summoning, maybe, who knows. Second Jock Servant, that's decent. I mean, maybe at some point we'll go into that. I don't know. Next, second Dragonfly. We did get a Reborn Tengu. Okay, if I can get like one more of those in the last third of this box, then I will probably use my set trade to get a third Tengu, and we'll go from there. This, by the way, is the reason I didn't actually use my promo pick on Tengu, is because I might have opened one, and that would be really sad if I used it on that, right? Okay, next up. Well, Kib might want this one. I don't. I don't think it's actually very good anyway, though, right? If it's normal summon where you have a 6-sam monster, declare one monster type, and you can't attack or special that type. I don't know. Not the worst thing I've ever read, but you need another 6-sam in play, and it isn't the 6-sam itself. Probably not worth it. There's Resonator Call. Actually, a little surprised I haven't seen that yet, so... yeah, not too bad. Clock Resonator is in this set. If I ever wanted to play that, having Resonator Call is a pretty good out for it. Okay, what does this one do again? I think this is the Union guy that, like, lowers your attack by 500, but it lets you do something with that, right? Lowers attack and defense by 500, but if it destroys a thing in battle, destroy all face-up monsters on the field with the same monster type as the destroyed monster. Interesting, not very good. So, wouldn't really want to play that, but hey. Only 5 packs left to go. Can't say it's been the best of openings, I will say that. Yeah. Let's just rip them open then and see what we can do. Well, okay. So plus side, I did get the Blackwing Tuner that I wanted. Downside, our ultra rare is a fucking Nordic card. And it's not even a good one either. When using this as a synchro material, the other materials must be 2 Nordic monsters in the hand. Yeah, that is a bit of a hard pass. That's 3 cards in hand to do what? I mean, I guess if you've got the Alpha dudes, if they're level 4, you could make, which one is it? Loki? I forget which one the Alphas need. Whatever, it's not very good, that's the main thing, so bit of a shame on that one. Rush Rhino number 3, which would be great, but I didn't get strikers. I only got the 1 at the start. We'd need more of that. Oh, god damn it. We need more striker. Cyber Magician is really cool, but I only got 1 TD striker, so I don't think I can play the deck. Resonator Core was also nice to get there as well, I suppose. Loki is Alpha, 4 is Beast, Odin is Ascent. Okay, cool. Last pack. Let's see what we do. Nothing. Okay. Slightly disappointing. Didn't quite get enough of any one thing, really, to do what I would want out of here. I really needed to get more of this guy. TG Striker is something you need at least 2. Only getting 1 Reborn Tengu means I'm probably not going to do a set trade for it. Or probably not going to like trade after this set to get it. Unless, maybe if I win today, then I might. If I win today, then I could use the 4th card. Because I'm only planning for 3 trades out of giving up this wheel. So maybe I could use the 4th one to get Reborn Tengu and then take the set trade for it as well. Having triple Tengu for the Exceed format could be pretty good. Yeah, if you use Venatus, then you can just ignore the requirement stuff that way, but... Okay, I have added 2 collections, so let's go through and showcase what we got. Again, not really too impressed, if I'm being honest here. Axe Dragon unit is kind of interesting because it's 2000 attack. It does go to defense for a turn when it's singing up though, and it's like 1200 defense or something. So, but it's an okay like filler dragon. Contract with the Aqua Mirror, we actually haven't gotten Gishkis yet, but this is a Gishki card. Like it's supposed to be for the set there. Dodger Dragon is kind of fun, I guess. I only got one Elder. That's kind of sad. Again, I'm not the one who needs it though, so I'm not really too worried about that, but still, it's a little bit like, aw, you know. Okay, so we don't care about that. Like I was saying, Full House is just sad in how it's set up. Did get a full playset of Jar Turtle though, so hey, that Jar Greed Turbo definitely coming in, right? Oh, a bit of a shame on that. Localized Tornado is another one I didn't mention that is actually really hilarious. It like shuffles all of your field and graveyard cards back into the deck. I think it's field and graveyard. It shuffles them all into the deck, and it's just like, why? You know, it's funny, but not good. You know, obviously. However, I think you might be able to use Mystical Ref Panel on that and make the opponent do that. That would be funny, but. You know. Psychic Field Zone is why did I have to get a playset of that as well? There's a lot of disappointment in this one, I think. I'm really close to having enough TG stuff, especially because of pulling the Magician guy as well. But I just didn't get what I needed out of the Striker. And Striker's the most important one, because that's the one you can special by itself, and then that you special him, and that immediately special summons Warwolf, and then you could normal summon a level 4 and go into Trishula, right? But because I only have one copy of it, it's like I can't really build the deck very well. I don't know, it's like, it feels like if I had just one more of it, I'd probably be okay, but no, we had to get playsets of other shitty rares that are not worth anything. And it sucks because I got the Cyber Magician too, right? I got the super rare, which would have been great to go with the playset of Rush Rhino that I had, so I could go into level 5s with that. Yeah, I was close, but not quite there. I did at least get the Recipro Dragonfly, so I can look at something else as far as trades go at the end of the thing today, so that's good. Yeah, otherwise, not a lot. The Blackwings are fine though. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to fit in the Hillen. I don't think I'm realistically going to fit that in, but I want to try and put the one copy of Jin in the deck. So I think that's what we're going to do. Because yeah, spoilers if you hadn't seen or heard before, because I'm not playing the fishing today because I found it was too inconsistent, we are going to pivot and finally get to play the deck I was looking forward to the entire era. Blackwings. So, how can we play this deck? Because Kib, in exchange for the 6 Samurai stuff, which I don't know if he's going to use today, but that would be the hope, right? But in exchange for the 6 Samurai stuff, Kib traded me the last Borer that I needed, the 2 Kaloop that I needed to make this deck work. I think he had 4, so he still got 2 Kaloop, but, you know, we've got the playset now, and the Blackwing Armed Wing is the other thing he traded me. And then I went back, because we did trade stuff with it, I went back and picked up Breeze as well, instead of the Gigas. There was I had the option between that and like this rock special summon guy in one of my previous wildcards. This wasn't really ever on the cards that we were gonna like flat out trade and give me all the Blackwing stuff. I was just, you know, resigned to not playing this deck, but because he did do that, like we went back and traded for this. I actually don't think this card is very good though, so I am probably cutting that today. In fact, almost definitely cutting this today, so it's not gonna matter that even whether you want to call it an illegal move or what, some shit. I'm probably not playing it today because I don't think it's that good. So let me go over what I had, and then we'll try and make the couple of changes that I want to go with here. So, Blackwings, if you are not aware, or if you didn't really realize it from when Kip played them before, they are a synchro summon engine that mostly revolves around Black Whirlwind here. If this thing is on the field and you normal summon a Blackwing, you will be able to add a Blackwing that has less attack than the one that you normal summon to the field from deck to hand. So this is a ridiculous advantage engine to keep going, and the best of the Blackwings generally special summon themselves or do other benefits from that as well. Gale is the one you really want to max out on this. We only have 2 at the moment. Kib did not want to trade his Gale with me. He only has 1 copy of it. Understandable. We'll get this for the showcase duel at the end of today because we have Crow's duelist pack to do. This is 1 set early for playing Blackwings, but honestly, this is the best time I'm ever going to have to play the deck, so we're going to make do. So normally you would like normal summon Shura or Borer, 1800 and 1700 respectively, or Sirocco if you're going second and like the opponent's got a monster out. This is 2000 attack, so you can get any other Blackwing in the deck. If you normal summon one of these, you can add Gale from deck to hand with Whirlwind, and then Gale special summons itself. Its effect is really good too. It does permanently halve the attack defense of one monster on the opponent's side of the field, like face up. So that gets over everything that's, you know, Stardust Dragon and below. Very, very powerful just by itself. But it also, yeah, specials itself out. Whoops, sorry about that. Specials itself out, gives you a level 3 tuner, so you go into level 7 synchros with this. We don't have Armor Master, which would have been the level 7 synchro of choice for Blackwings, but we do have a couple of decent choices to go into later on anyway. So, like, level 7 is perfectly fine here. Borer can also special summon itself out if you have another Blackwing in play. So, generally, you're going to have Borer, Gale, special summoning themselves when you have another Blackwing in play. Borer does piercing damage too, that is quite relevant in its own right. 1700 is quite nice for the deck as well. To go with that, we have Blizzard that will special summon a level 4 lower Blackwing in defense from the graveyard when it is summoned. You can't special summon this one, so this is a secondary tool. It's a level 2 tuner, so this normally goes into the level 6 monsters, which we have a fair few reasonable ones to go into here. But you can also use this with Kalut if you have discarded Kalut previously to go into level 5, so this is where Ally of Justice Catastor can come in. Or Trishula if you've got like a level 4 in play as well. We'll get there. Kalut is the heart and soul of this deck. This and Gale are like the 2 best cards, that's why they got limited at the time period. Kalut is honest, just about. It increases your Blackwing's attack by 1400, so it's a flat increase rather than honest being increased by whatever the opponent's dude is. But you discard this, you get your 1400 extra attack. Your Shura goes to 3200, your Borer goes to 3100. You get over pretty much anything. Crazy card. Also works with Armed Wing too, which is quite nice. Shura, by the way, as I alluded to before, if you destroy a monster with this thing, you special summon a Blackwing that has 1500 or less attack out of the deck. Its effects do get negated, so you can't use this to bring Gale out in order to halve the opponent's power before you go into like a synchro summon. But you can bring out the tuners, you can bring out the Breeze. We wouldn't bring out Breeze in this deck because we don't have a thingy, but we'll get there. You could bring out Breeze, you could bring out Gale. You can't bring out Blizzard, but we do have a couple of tuners today that we could bring out instead to go with this. Most notably would be Jin, that we'll get to, because that'll be a level 1 tuner that we can play with this. So, very strong effect. You can summon in attack position as well, so you can attack with the one that you've just summoned. So if you need to, in a pinch, summon Kalut to go for game, that is fine too. My original deck here did play Breeze because this was the makeshift third Gale. The reason to play Breeze, even though it's not the greatest of cards, but the reason to play it is because it has less attack than Gale and Blizzard. Mostly for Blizzard, right? This gives you another search option because most of the deck sort of clogs around a couple of different attack values, and this one kind of fits in between that. We're gonna bypass this with Jin, but just to go over what this card did before I take it out of the deck, If you add it from deck to hand, you can immediately special summon it, but the catch is you can only synchro Blackwing monsters with it. So, I realize the text is up on screen and you can read it, but some people don't look at the screen when stuff is going on, for good reason. Got lives, you got busy other things to look at too. Multitaskers and stuff. So, yeah, you can use this to go into Armed Wing with Kalima. It's not even Kalima, Kalima's the haze one. Ghibli is the card we got here. I keep calling it the wrong thing. But you can go into it with that or Kalut. The idea is use those with Armed Wing, and that gives you another out to go into, like, because this needs a Blackwing Tuner anyway. So it gave you another out to go there. It's not really good enough for that, but, you know, it is what it is. Blackwing, speaking on Ghibli though, Ghibli saved my butt when I was testing this deck against Kid before. I didn't think this card was going to be that good, but it's a mainstay in this deck now. It's got 0 attacks, so you can always search it from any Blackwing normal summon, right? Other than another 0 attack, but it's the only one in the deck at the moment, so you can always get this out when Whirlwind is in play, and if the opponent declares a direct attack, you can just special it. You can, and I did do this once, you can switch its original attack defense like once per turn until the end of the turn, so you can make it 1600 attack for the turn. I did do that once and it actually won the game, so don't sleep on that ability, but it's mostly you special summon it out when the opponent direct attacks as a 1600 defender. Might not be able to save itself, like it might be too weak for that, but it saves your life points from like a 2800 hit or something stupid like that. So, you know, it's surprisingly good because it's searchable. I would never play this otherwise. So we get the other bit. The other Blackwing in here is Sirocco. This is not quite Cyber Dragon because it does take up your normal summon, but yeah, 2000 attack, you normal summon it if the opponent has a monster and you don't. So this deck goes second pretty much all the time because of stuff like this. And if you have more Blackwings out, and if the opponent has Blackwings out too, it works that way. But basically, if you've got a bunch of Blackwings out, you focus all of your Blackwing power into one of them. That's the only one that can attack that turn, but you get stupid damage numbers out of this. And if you use it on Borer or Armed Wing, you get piercing damage too, so you can end up crashing through massive defense walls that are usually too strong for this deck to handle. For the non-Blackwing monsters in here, Dark Arm Dragon is my addition to this deck that Kib couldn't play. This card is just disgusting. It's searchable by the Witch of the Black Forest, which is the other card here. This searches everything in the deck except Ghibli, and Ghibli gets searched by Whirlwind, so we don't need a search for that. Witch of the Black Forest just gets everything going in this deck. It is unbelievable, to be honest. Sangan is really good too, but Witch of the Black Forest just gets the higher attack monsters, because they all have low defense. So, fantastic card to go with. And the other one is my substitute, my other substitute for the third Gale, Gen X Ally Birdman. So the reason I didn't play this deck last episode is because I didn't pull this card. But we did trade for it afterwards. Kib did trade this to me, so we have our copy of it now. And this lets you return a face-up monster that you control to the hand. It has to go to the hand, so you can't choose a synchro monster or something like that, but you special summon this and it gains attack if it's a wind. Who gives a shit? That's not happening. It's all dark in this deck. But the point is, it's a tuner that can special summon itself off of another monster that special summons. So the way to use it in this deck is you use it on Borer or Gale is the primary targets, because if you can special summon Borer or Gale, you can return it to the hand to bring out Birdman, and then Borer and Gale are both not once per turn. You can special summon as many of these as you've got in hand, so you can just put it straight back down. And if you do that with Gale, you get to use its effect again, because its effect is a soft once per turn. So yeah, you can actually really slash the opponent's attack down with this too. The other way to use it is with Blizzard, because Blizzard, it's a level 2 tuner for one, but also you're returning it to the hand so you can use it next turn and get another synchro play as well. Birdman is incredibly synergistic with this deck. If you do special summon it using its own effect, it gets banished instead of going to the graveyard when it leaves the field, but that is fine because you use it as a one-off thing for it. It's so versatile, you can get a ton of stuff off it with that. On to the spell traps. I have 2 Allure of Darkness in the main deck. I did bring the... I got these for Fortune Ladies, and then Fortune Ladies were terrible, so it's like any chance I get to play a Dart deck that's like really good, I will take it, because Allure of Darkness is busted. Draw 2 cards, banish a Dart monster from your hand. If you don't have one though, you gotta send your whole hand to the graveyard, so you gotta be careful when you play it, but that's why we have a high enough monster count in this deck. 22 monsters is not the highest I've played, but it's definitely high enough where Allure is gonna get me into what I need fairly easily. Black Whirlwind is just disgusting. If this card sticks, it's the best thing you could ever hope for. 1 Book of Moon, I want to fit 2 in here, but I need the higher monster count, so we're going with just a 1 at the moment. Dark Hole, Graceful Charity, Feather Duster, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed Vigeki, pretty standard stuff. 1 Mystical Space Typhoon in here. I realized when I was building this deck that normally I would play Icarus Attack here as like multiples of it. I do still have 1 in main and 1 inside. We'll get there in a sec. Unfortunately, Starlight Road is a thing, and we actually have that, like both of us have that now, and Starlight Road on Icarus Attack is like the worst thing that you could ever imagine, because you're going -2 to play Icarus, that Icarus gets negated, and you're staring down the Stardust Dragon, which he has 2 copies of. Absolute disaster. So I'm hesitant to play multiple Icarus Attack at this point, which means I wanted 1 more spell trap removal, and that's where Typhoon comes in. Trap-wise though, we do have the Bottomless Trap Hole, 1 Icarus Attack, it's still busted even if it is scary to pull off. Mirrorfall, Starlight Road, 1 Torrential Tribute in the main deck. This deck does swarm quite a lot. I don't particularly want to play that many Torrential Tribute in the main deck. Like, I have 2, but I kind of don't want to play the second one in main right now. Just because it's a bit sketch to do. As far as the side deck goes, a lot of this was specific outs to stuff I thought might be an issue. So if we're facing down Floodgate spell trap stuff, Breaker is fantastic. Necro Valley Gravekeeper was something I was actually playing against a bit here. And Necro Valley is really dumb and very annoying because it shuts out Blizzard and stuff like that. So yeah, this is for Floodgate style stuff or things that rely on field spells, etc. DD Crow to stop special summoning shenanigans from the grave. It's also Winged Beast, which works with Icarus Attack. So if I'm putting in the second Icarus, I can put Crow in and still be fine. Effect Veiler to block out effects in on field. You know, strong card. Also a level 1 tuner, I guess that comes in sometimes. But mostly it's to block out effects as you go. This was Mystical Space Typhoon number 2 initially, but because of the change of the trade stuff today, I am fitting Gore's Emissary of Darkness in my side deck here. I am tempted, very tempted, to play one of these instead of a Sirocco in main deck here, and see how it goes. And I might just do that, because I think that would be fun. But I'm going to play at least one of these. I desperately want to try and fit a second one in. Maybe I've got to take out my bodies, I don't know. Max C is coming in here because if I seize on something like 6 Sam that's going to special summon the hell out of me, Max C is definitely going to get played. You got to be careful with Max C against 6 Sam because they can infinite you. However, that infinite should get shut down with Effect Veiler or DD Crow. So if I'm playing against 6 Sam, I'll probably side in Max C, a Veiler and Crow and just like go all in for it. You don't necessarily need that much for this deck to function. You need like Black Whirlwind and a monster, right? So you can generally afford to play some hand traps and stuff here too. My body is a shield because Kib's got a ton of destruction stuff. This is probably the most cuttable card right now, but it is still very powerful, so I might try and fit that in anyway. And then Trapwise, Compulse because it doesn't destroy, so it gets around Stardust. Dust Tornado in case of Imperial Order, that's why I've kept this instead of MST. Second Icarus Attack for use with the Crows. And then the special summon blockers like the second TT's here as well. But Royal Oppression, Vanity's Emptiness are good special summon stops here as well. Fantastic Floodgate stuff. We don't actually need that many special summons in our own deck here. I have like 1 copy of Gozen Match that I'd also be tempted to sort of fit in. Because if we're going up against a deck that uses a lot of different attributes, we could probably ruin some days with that. So that would be the other temptation, but it's really hard to fit everything I want in. So, alright. So So now that we're done with that, let's get rid of you because you're bad, and let's go ahead and fit in our replacement. So this also isn't super great, but it does a similar job. So yeah, if it battles a low defense monster, it just instantly destroys it, which is fun, but it's mostly because it's a level 1 tuner. That's the reason to play it here. The other one that I got, I think, was it Hill? Was it called Hill? Yeah, it's this one. I actually did get this, so Blackwing Hill in the Tengu Wind. It is tempting to try and put it in. To be honest, it's kind of a cool card. I don't know if it's good, mind you, but it could be. I guess we wouldn't know unless we tried. I guess, what is the worst case scenario of it? I like play it, and then it sucks, and then I side deck it out, or something, I suppose, would probably be the, You don't really know unless you try, right? So, what other card could I take out of main to put it in? Maybe a lure? Seems like that could be a bit sketchy, but I can't really see me taking any of the other cards out of main here. Because I really did want to put the Gauze in instead of the Sirocco. Because I want to fit one of them in. I'm going to take the My Bodies out. I'm at least going to put this inside. But if I'm going to try it, I need to try it in main, I think. But we're at least going to put them in the side deck. For the Gauze, I mean. Yeah, maybe I do just like side out. Side into like Allure or something here. I don't know. I did tend to side out the Allures as like the first thing if I needed to fit more disruption stuff in, so maybe that's okay. And I mean, if the card sucks, then I just take it out and I put Allure Darkness in, right? No harm, no foul. Or the Sirocco. I think playing the 2 Sirocco is okay. Yeah, it's level 3 or lower. I think the hardest part is getting this into the graveyard. That's probably why it's like not amazing. But I'm willing to try. Or am I? Because I could just play Gauze. I mean, so Gauze is not searchable by Witch either. Neither is this thing, but that doesn't really matter. Oh, I don't know. I mean, my fault really is just how am I summoning this card? Because if I summon it with Shura, that's not really going to work. Oh, I didn't mention the extra deck stuff yet. I guess I could go into that a bit. I don't really know how much that's going to matter here, though. There's nothing I can really summon with that specifically from the extra. But anyway, we got Catastor, it's level 5, it kills stuff dead, it's pretty good. Decisive Armor, because going into level 10 with this deck is actually not that unreasonable. Blizzard plus 2 level 4s, Gale plus Kalute plus a level 4. You know, there are plenty of options for it. And if we go against any light monsters, this is really strong. It's also 3,300 attack, which is just big enough to get over like everything we've been playing. So it's fine. It's a pretty good option here. We can do a ton of damage potentially with it, but it's mostly just because it's easy enough to go into. I think Gauze would be the better pick as well, but we'll get there. Level 7s, we've got Ancient Fairy Dragon because it's good enough. Black Rose, Life Trancer because I don't have another amazing 7. Remember, 7's the most common level for this deck to go into, so I do want a bunch of level 7s here. And Scrap Archfiend is my other main one there. Most of the time it's going to be Scrap Archfiend, maybe Black Rose Dragon. Ancient Fairy Dragon are the ones to go into. As far as level 6s go, because Blizzard makes that really good, we've got Armed Wing to do piercing damage, work with Kalut, and also just decent numbers. 1 Bionic. Bionic is just really good. However, it is a resource drain, and this deck doesn't maintain hand advantage as much as some of my other ones. So I'm only going to play the 1, and instead I'm going to play the Iron Chain Dragons, because this is higher attack power, and that tends to come in a bit more. Level 5s, the other one is Magical Android. Again, TG Hyper Librarian will be coming in next time, but I decided to trade for Gauze instead because I can get more copies of it, basically. And we'll be giving up the wheel for making Fish deck work, and that's when Librarian comes in. But Android is fine, it's 2400 as well. Like, it's still 2400, so we're fine on that. Level 8s, I have 2, because I only have 2 decent ones. I'm not playing Light Gazer in here. Allied Justice Light Gazer is not really going to fit, because level 8's a bit awkward to go into. I need to play Sirocco plus Gale for that, but Scrap Dragon and Stardust Dragon are more than worth it, so that's fine. Trish being a fringe option, but is still playable. Again, like, Gale, Ghibli, Kalut would be a thing, or Blizzard level 4 and Ghibli slash Kalut would work. So there are ways. Also, Gen X Ally Birdman can come in there too. So Trish is just disgusting. You've got to play if you've got it. And because we are playing Birdman and Dark Monsters, I am going to play Locomotion. Locomotion Argenix is not something I'm expecting to be able to summon, but on the very off chance that it happens, it is actually quite good. It just steals the strongest monster, basically strongest monster, highest level monster that the opponent has out on the field when you synchro it. It's 1+1 as well, so in theory, I don't know. I don't think there's really a way I could get it as a 1+1 though. But in theory, like if I side into stuff like DD Crow, I can still just use that as part of it too. There are plenty of good ways of getting this card out, and it might come up. It probably won't, but it might. Sorry, I keep scrolling up to the top because I want to get rid of this guy. As much as I want to play it, it's not good enough. I'm gonna put the third Gauze around. Yeah, so I think I am actually going to try. Am I going to try with triple Gauze, though? Would that be better than playing Allure? I don't think so. No, I think I'd rather have Allure. The thing is, I kind of want to keep both Allure in the deck because Dark Arm Dragon doesn't work outside of like the very early turns of the game. So it's actually a prime Allure target later on. So I kind of want to keep both Allure in the deck. I don't want to play 41 cards to do it, though. I don't know. Maybe I think I will just try the 1 Gauze in main deck here. We'll side the other 2. See how it goes, because maybe Gauze isn't actually that impressive. Gauze would be really good if I go into like the 6-Sam matchup though, because it gets over pretty much all of the 6 Samurai monsters that tend to get played out. So having Gauze as an anti-6-Sam tech as well would be pretty good. Yeah, I think that's gonna be fine. I'm still very sad that I didn't get the proper access to the TG stuff, though. I was really close. I was really, really close, but I only got 1 striker. So we got 1 striker, 3 Rhino, 3 Warwolf, and 1 Cyber Magician. None of the synchro monsters to go with it, but they could be used as a general synchro package, so that would have been great. But only 1 striker, which is the most important one to get, kind of completely shut the deck out for me. Had we picked up 2 striker even, I think I would have been trying to play like a Junk Synchron TG deck today. I would have been trying to build that. Which, I mean, I could still do. Because I only got one Reborn Tengu. I'm probably not going to be trading for that. I actually don't know what I would be swapping for out of this set. So maybe I could like try and build it for post-match. Didn't get the Glad Beast, that's fine. I mean, I got this stupid thing instead. Nobody cares. Dodger Dragon was quite a nice one. Would have been nice to have had another Tengu thing instead of like the Cash Shed or the what was the other one? The Mechlord Dragon thing. Would have been nice to have had a second Reborn Tengu instead of that, but that's not what we got. Soundproofed is another interesting thing that could be played as well, like anti-synchro. I didn't get the TG Trap either, the one that draws cards, so that was a bit of a shame. But we have Avarice, so I guess that would be. And I'm going to be swapping for a second Avarice at the finger, so. Meow. Oh man, I'm disappointed in this one. My disappointment is immeasurable, but we will live.
The disappointment, it cannot be measured by simple means.
No, unfortunately not. But I mean, I'm still very excited for the duel. I'm slightly disappointed in the opening. I mean, a little bit more than slightly, but still, yeah. I'm excited for the game though. I think this is gonna be a very interesting one.
Yeah. I'm having a hard time deciding which deck I want to bring into this.
Yeah. I had one in mind that I wanted to play. I had one in mind I wanted to build, but didn't quite get all the stuff for it. So there's where my disappointment comes in on this one. We'll have a chat about that after, mind you.
Yeah.
And then it's just like tweaking it with the cards that I picked up from the wheel thing. At least one of them, because one of them I can't make in this deck, but you know. Yeah, this deck is not equipped to make Quasar, so we're not making Quasar.
Not today. Just not yet, at least. Yeah, sorry, I'm just getting my last minute bit of, changes here.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm curious to see how my own changes are going to work here. There's only been a couple of edits, but they're pretty big ones. So I'm going to be curious to see how well this works.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Chaos.
I'm also going to restart the stream for a minute.
Oh yeah, of course. Right.
Just in case the audio is out, because no one's telling me if audio is out or not.
Yeah, and we have been going for a decent bit. Like, even though I had just over 20 minutes start and whatnot there before we actually got going, yeah, this has been about an hour and 20-ish of being, you know, live on here. So probably a good call. That tends to be when it cuts out for you. Yeah, sound is fine over here. That is good, because, man, this site has been laggy today. I'm hoping it's okay now, but, like, man, oh man, it was when I was trying the, just at the beginning, as you were coming in, when I was trying the fish stuff out a bit on, you know, on here, just to have something to do in the meantime. It was, like, less than 5 FPS, if you will, on the site. It was jarringly slow.
That's a bit jarring, yeah.
Normally it's like, oh yeah, when the cards are moving about and stuff, it's fine. Sometimes it takes a while, or sometimes it looks, you know, a little bit weird. No, this was like, you know, you could count the frames of the card moving sort of thing of it. And even though I'm normally not very good at that, I freaking noticed it. It's like, oh, yeah, no, this is bad. I'm hoping that's not the case now.
Yeah. Might be a problem in the future if we don't find a way to handle that later. But it's handled now, hopefully, so...
Right. Let us see how this goes. It's been a while since we've dueled, too.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't stretch. Okay. Yeah, it's been a whole while since we've been able to get back to this here.
Oh, not this time. Okay. So, I'm going to elect to go second with this one, I think.
To be expected.
I don't know about that. Going first has been pretty good in a lot of these now.
Well, I know that, but like, I know you may have ideas and such that may want you to go second and later on. So, yeah,
Ooh.
I'm not gonna.
Set one monster pass, huh? Okay, yeah. Let's start off with the Pot of Greed.
Good old pot.
Yep. Huh. You would think that would do something, but...
Good old water. Hey, Paladin.
This is very awkward. Man, this is like the best worst hand of all time. I don't know what to do with this.
Worst, the worst best.
Oh god, yeah, this is not amazing. Yeah, I think I'm going to just... Yeah, I think I'm just going to normal summon Gale here.
Big old Gale, big old butt.
Yeah, and this is probably going to end a disaster, but hey, I can maybe halve the attack or something. We're just going to hit in. Treeborn! Oh boy. Okay, that could be hilarious. Let's see how this ends up. Just trying to think. So what's the worst that could probably happen off of this? Like, maybe a tribute for a monarch or something could be the... Yeah, no, I think I'm just going to end at that.
It has been a while since we've seen the monarchs.
Yeah, it has been. I mean, you probably would have seen a lot more of them if I actually opened them, but...
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm not going to activate Treeborn Frog's effect.
Ooh, that's scary. Okay.
I'm actually going to special summon.
Yeah, that's why.
The staple.
Yeah. And the site has not fixed itself, but that's fine.
No.
It's okay. It's just being really, really slow with this. I don't know if it's like maybe because Firefox updated or something. Maybe that's like causing some weirdness here. It's okay. Right. We'll survive.
All right. So then battle phase, he'll attack.
Yeah. Okay. I will take 8 for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to the grave it goes.
Then main 2, I'll just set a monster.
Interesting. Okay. Well, this is simultaneously a great and terrible top deck, and I again do not know what to think of this right now. I'm gonna play Dark Hole.
Sad day.
Oh, the Quobot. Oh, okay. This is cool. I'm gonna be curious to see how this sets up.
If it sets up.
But I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't know what to do with this hand right now. It is like, I don't think I really want to. I really want to play the stuff off it here.
Well, that hedgehog was angry, so let's summon it again.
You're not bringing Treeborn back then?
No.
Okay. Just making sure because you didn't say,
yeah.
so...
I'm not saying it yet. Nope. Alright, so battle phase, he'll attack directly.
Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Just at the end of the attack, I'm going to special summon Gauze. So if you've got anything for main 2... Right, so here's the catch. I don't have the token set properly for it, but we'll keep a thing on it. I don't have the thingy on. The token is 800 attack defense.
Are each equal to amount of battle damage you took. Alright.
So it's not the best Gauze, but it's still there of it. Right. Is that going to change anything? Did you want to do...
No.
Okay. So, fair dues. So this is a level 7 token, so
Yes.
it is still kind of weird in that aspect, but
It's a level 7 token with 800 attack.
yeah, normally I'd be playing this on a much bigger dude, but I just wanted to summon it down because god, this hand doesn't have anything else I want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, it does have something that I can do now at least though. We're going to play Black Whirlwind.
Ooh.
And we're going to play Black Whirlwind.
That's going to be a game.
No, because I don't have a good Blackwing to actually summon off it here. I I have Blizzard.
Well,
so
you can get certain somebody out.
So Blizzard's gonna trigger. We're gonna get the Gale as the thing with that, but yeah. So Blizzard triggers, the 2 Whirlwinds trigger. I'll get Blizzard first because I might as well. So that gets Gale. That puts that defense, and I actually can trigger both Whirlwinds here because I have 2 monsters to go with it. Because you've actually seen one of them in our testing before. It is the Ghibli. Stuff is taking so long to move here, my god. And then I have this guy as well.
Jin.
That's from the new set. So there's my new 1 edition with it. Yeah, so I can't actually like do anything with those this turn, but that is fine. I may as well use the effect of Gale because it doesn't get negated by Blizzard summoning it, so we're going to use it to halve the Quillbot down to 400, just so I can get a little bit more damage out here. I will set 1 card, because I'm basically done after this anyway. I have, like, nothing I could really synchro summon, because there's no 2 material level 9 I can play. Trish is free materials, so there's nothing I can really synchro with what I've got out. Kind of sad when you think about it, but it's whatever. So, Blizzard can attack, that's 900.
9. Yep.
And then that can hit for 27. Realistically, I should have done it the other way around, because, you know, if you had Gauze, then this would have been really bad, but
yeah.
I know the situation at the moment is not quite that way, so...
Yep. Alright, so stand by. I will activate Reborn Frog this time.
Yep.
So, main phase. I'm gonna pay for it regardless if you don't have it. So let's see if you have it or not. Let's test Duster.
Okay, I don't. Just thinking if I want to respond with anything. You know what? I think I will. I'm gonna Icarus. I'm gonna sack the. Which one am I gonna sack? I mean, it's in defense. It's gonna get killed anyway, right? I'm gonna sack the Gale, and I'm gonna target your 2 cards.
Target Harpy's Feather Dust.
Yeah, because it's not resolved yet. This is Chain Link 2. It's still on the field as an active card. So, and then the Whirlwinds will go as well. Yeah, things are being incredibly slow with this right now, so I apologize if it takes a while.
No,
I was trying to click the 2 cards you had there to highlight them for the targeting. Didn't work at all. Ultimately, not sure if that's going to matter too much, but it does get 1 level away from the field, so maybe that'll matter. Yeah, as Chaos is saying in a moment, MST doesn't... I mean, MST is an example for it here. MST doesn't negate, but it's still a legal target to destroy mid-chain, because it doesn't leave the field until after it's resolved. So...
That's good to know, then.
Also, yeah, I sure was like, almost 2 hours into the stream. Are you on turn 2 already? Yeah, this is the second turn. Okay, it's a bit more than the second, but...
It's only a bit more.
Yeah, not by much, actually.
A bit more. Actually, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. I'm gonna do that. Alright. I'm going to discard Volcanic Shell
Yep.
to special summon Quick Draw
Yep.
in defense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to activate Volcanic Shell's effect first. Pay 500 life points.
Yep.
To get another one from the deck.
Yep, that's fine. Even if I had Veiler, it doesn't work on ones in the graveyard, so...
Yeah. Alright. Alright, then I'm going to declare both my Quillbelt Hedgehogs. Since there is a tuner out there, they can be special summoned onto the field.
Yep, and it's not once per turn, so... So that gives you 9 levels. Yep.
Yep. Now the thing is, it's still quick draw synchrons. I can't synchron for anything that's not a synchron.
Unfortunately, you can't get Trish out with this, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's still some good stuff to get off of this, so...
Yep. Ooh.
Wait. Alright, I'm gonna check this out in the meantime.
Alright, yeah, that's gonna be... Well, I can do that, actually. No, I think this is a better option. Alright, I'm gonna sync off for 7 here.
Yep.
So, he goes to the grave. This one gets banished. Summon Nitro Warrior.
Yep. Oh, right, duh. It's literally on the screen right now. Sorry, Chaos was basically just saying, yeah, you could DD Crow the shell, and I was like, wait, what? How? And then, yeah, I'm literally just reading it. It's still on the screen at the moment. Wasn't even reading. This card must be in the graveyard to activate and resolve this effect. I didn't even freaking read that bit. So, sorry, I was just like, wait, what? And then it was, it was cleared up. It's like, oh, right.
Oh. Ah, yeah, okay. So he was saying you couldn't affect failure, but you can
DD Crow. Yeah.
DD Crow it. Okay, that makes sense then. All right. Battle phase then. Nitro Warrior will attack Blizzard first.
Yep, that's going to be 15. Again, assuming stuff is going to go. That goes to grave.
So if this monster destroys a monster, you can target a defense position monster opponent controls, change it to attack.
Yep.
Then it makes a second attack in a row.
Which is for 2,000.
On that monster, which has to be on that monster.
Yep. So it's going to hit for 2,000 because this was a 800 attack token, as I noted above. So.
Alright,
Woof.
I don't think I summoned this turn, did I?
You didn't normal summon, no. You specialed the quick draw and you double specialed the quill bolts.
Yeah. I'll hold off for now then. I'll end turn.
Okay. Standby main. Okay, well I think my normal summon for the turn is going to be Jin here, because this is a level 1 tuner, that's kind of why I wanted to put it in here.
Oh, shit. Alright.
Yeah, so this is his whole thing in Heroes, because, you know, like, Breeze was the thing I had initially, but Breeze can only make Armed Wing in this deck right now. This guy's a level 1 tuner that I can still add in the same attack range that I can add Breeze, but it works because it's the tuner at a lower level that I can run with.
Yeah,
so
level 1 tuner. Yeah, that works.
So I do...
Doing it right.
I do still have that as an option, and I guess that's probably a reasonable enough one to take here. We're going to sync for 8 and go into Scrap Dragon.
Oh.
Alright. Yeah, this should be fine. It's almost fine. Man, I really wish I had Shura right now. That's all I can say. This is like annoyingly close, but because I've normal summoned here, it's like Um. So I'm just trying to think what would be the best way around this then. Okay, you're at 39. 14. Okay, right, I think I've got it. We're gonna play one face down, use the effect of the Scrap Dragon, pop the face down, and the Quill Bolts.
Quill bolts.
Does that get Spanished?
Yep.
We're gonna Monster Reborn target Gale.
Oh.
Is that alright?
Yep.
Okay.
If
So-
you activate a spell card, so it has to be activate. Yep.
Yep. We're gonna activate Gale, we're gonna have the attack defense of the Nitro Warrior down to 14.
Yep. Yep.
Battle phase, we're gonna hit with Scrap Dragon, do 14. Gonna attack with the Gale.
Gale with
And
15.
damage step, we're gonna Collude to bring it to 27.
Fucking Kalute.
Yep!
Now, Steve, you have to draw us for the correct ones. I know. I'm still gonna be bitter about this till the day I die.
Yep. It took me a little bit to. It took me a little bit to think through because I was gonna use the Scrap Dragon on the Nitro Warrior, but then I was like, then I can't do damage through Duda and I can't win. But then I was thinking, but if I cut that down and I do 14 with that, puts you at 25. 13, 14 is 27. So I was like, okay, we had a way. So yeah, that was interesting. My opening hand was like Gore's double Whirlwind, Monster Reborn, and Gale, and I was like, this was so good, but so terrible at the same time. It's like drew Pot of Greed into Icarus attack and Blizzard. I was like, come on, this is so close. Just give me one of the good Black Wings and I can do something amazing here. You know? It was so close to being ridiculous, and then it just didn't quite come together.
Just couldn't do it. Ah.
Also, I do realise that Gore's was far too early there, but I thought it would be cool just to show it off. That's what I took instead of the TG Hyper Librarian here, because considering I can't play the deck I wanted to for not having enough cards for it, I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the whole like, swap the thing with it here.
Yeah.
I think.
I guess I should have not destroyed Blizzard instead. Then I guess that was a small miscalculation there.
Yeah, because I would have had to have reborn to get Gore's out if I wanted to go Scrap Dragon at that point. But I can see why you would though. That was a lot of damage, and it was pretty close. But
my thought process was like, okay, this monster can't really do much, being level 7 and just being a monster that affects our only one special summon. So, you know, it's just kind of like, I don't think I care enough to do much with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're gonna do much with it. Then I remember, I sudden realization you had the damn level 1 tuner.
Yeah.
That completely slipped my mind.
Yeah. Understandable. All right, go ahead.
Well, all right, stand by. It's a face down monster, but it's a monster, so Cyber Dragon.
Yep, I'm gonna bottomless trap hold that.
Yeah.
I maybe should have. It's fine. I could have
Yeah.
maybe done something else with it, but no, it's fine. Bottomless is good.
Yeah. Yeah, Boundless is good, but guess what? Another dragon!
Okay, I am gonna have to real quick ask on for Chaos here. If I use this now, do I get the effect of it immediately? Or is this too late in terms of the timing of it? To get the immediate benefit of it? Because I'm not entirely sure how this card actually works right now, so... Okay, pretty sure cards is... Alright, we'll leave it then, that's good.
Sounds fine then.
Yep. I just wanted to make sure of the timing on stuff over here, because I know sometimes this card works like immediately, but I think the summon was too, well, because it was just it was an inherent summon. I think it was a little bit too early off it, if you will. That's fine. It's fine.
All right. Battle phase. Dragon will trying to attack.
Yep, that is Ghibli.
Ghibli. Yeah, I'll just end turn on that.
Okay. Boop and boop. Alright, well, I think we just gotta go the one-up route here. We're gonna normal summon Blizzard, target Ghibli. Assuming that's okay?
Yep, yeah, you're fine.
Right. And then we can sync for 5. Which one of the two do I want? This would be where TG Hyper Librarian would come in if I had it, right? Because it would be the easy thing to do, but
it'd be the easy choice.
I guess he's not played a lot of. Nah, we'll save it for just now. I'm gonna get Magical Android out.
All right.
Battle phase, we're gonna hit 300. Okay. And then end phase, it's a psychic monster, so we are actually going to gain the 600 life points off of this at the end. And go ahead. The other obvious choice is Catastor, but I feel like Catastor might have been too much. Not
Alright, I think I'm just gonna have to set one and pass.
I guess we could, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, getting asked about Chinese going in, so that'll be cool. I'll have that in a sec. Alright. Normal summon Shura.
Shura, yep.
Because I feel like most of the stuff you've had is weak enough that this will be able to get through it. Battle phase, we will attack with the Shura.
Yep.
Saigan. Okay, yeah. So I will have to get mine.
So you go first.
I have to get mine first. Let's see. Blackwing, 1500 or less. I mean, I guess probably the best bet would be the Gale.
The best big Gale, yep. Alright.
God, that took fucking 10 seconds to actually summon that there, Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not being unresponsive, it's just being very, very laggy. So I apologize if anyone's actually watching the stop motion that's going on here, but yeah, so inherents don't start a chain, so in response I wouldn't be yeah, that's what I expected. Yeah, if I want the full effect of it, I have to use it on chain resolution, which inherent special summons like Cyber Dragon don't do. Good to know.
It's very good to know. Let's get quick draw synchro.
Okay. Right, we can still hit with this. Its effects negated, but it can still attack, so we'll do 13.
What, by the effects, what?
Its effects are negated, but it can still attack, so we're still hitting with Gale for 13.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's not.
Alfeda. Okay, yep. Main 2 it is. Okay, so I did normal summon the Shura. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set one, and then I'm going to tune Gale with the Android to get Stardust Dragon out. And end turn at that. Okay, in standby phase, I think this is the good enough time to do it. I'm going to activate Max C at the end of standby phase.
During either player's turn, each time your opponent touches a monster, draw a card.
That's what I was questioning, whether or not I would draw if I used it after you played the Cyber Dragon, but the answer is no, because it doesn't start a chain. Quick Draw Synchron is the same way, so knowing that you've added that in, I'm going to discard it now, so that every special summon you do this turn, I draw a card for it. Oh yeah, I've played enough Quick Draw Synchron to know that it's also an inherent summon, so... Because Chaos was like, I was going to say Quick Draw is inherent too, and I'm like, oh, I know, I've played it enough. Not gonna lie, this is like the first deck that you've played where I think it actually makes sense to play to side in the Maxi here, because this is the first one. I mean, 6-Sam is the other one, right? But this is the first one that you've played that actually would special summon a lot of times in one turn. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna throw this in here, and
Okay, so here's a question for Chaos then, on your end. If Maxi were to be special summoned by Monster Reborn or Call of the Haunted or something like that, and it's not in the graveyard anymore, would its effect still be activated? Because the cost of it is to send it to the graveyard, or the cost, yeah.
Yeah, so I can pretty much answer that one myself as well, I think, yes, because this has created like a lingering effect on the field at this point. Because it isn't each time your opponent special summons one of their one of their own monsters. It's just any time a special summon happens this turn. Doesn't matter what the summon is. It raises a lot of questions, doesn't it?
I need to be main phase first off.
Yeah, sorry, it was the easiest time to do it, because if you successfully went into main phase, I'd have to wait for you to do something first, and I was like, yeah, I might as well just say at the end of like going between phases here.
That's standby. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yes, it will. Battle Fader would deny Sure a special summon because it gets banished when it leaves the field. That is a good point.
Excuse you, media player? Playing the same song again? You'll use it once per turn. But every time I special summon, it's a card.
Yeah, that basically meant if it was allowed for me to play like 3 of them, I would not be able to put 3 down on the same turn and draw 3 cards per summon. Sounds like I've caused a bit of a problem over there.
This definitely changes things.
How deep do you want to go?
I mean, that's the biggest thing here is that if I do anything, you can draw a card at this point. Yeah, if I do anything here. Alright, I'm gonna set one.
Yep.
I can still do that, though. Might have to be the play here. Alright. I will activate Monster Reborn.
Okay, target.
Gale.
Yeah, that's
Gale.
fine. That's fine. And I will draw.
So, one special summon.
Yep.
Right. Activate his effect to half the attack of Stardust Dragon.
Yep, that's fine.
Then, battle phase, Gale will try to attack Stardust.
This is such an awkward one to do it with, but I think I'm gonna Mirror Force it.
Okay, then, main two.
This is exactly why I still play Gale in some of the decks that weren't Blackwings though, because it gets over Stardust Dragon, you know?
Pretty much. Frick, I'm just gonna have to enter on that.
Okay, so yeah, we will no longer have that that effect going in. Right, okay, I'm a little bit insulated against Mirror Force on my own side, so I'm going to Special Summon Bora.
Yeah, on his special summon then.
Okay, I will use... yeah, it will, but it also does destroy, so I will use the effect of Stardust to negate and destroy Bottomless. So... Stardust is gone, although it's going to come back at 25, so I'm not exactly beat up over it.
Again.
We are going to normal summon Jin, because that was a special of the Bora. Right, so because this will get banished and not sent to the graveyard, Shura will not be able to special summon anything. So, because of that, I'm going to hit with Bora and do the piercing damage instead. So we'll do that, and then hit for the 24 if you will let me.
Yep.
Okay, and then main 2. Yeah, I will sync for... Ooh, will I? Yeah, I will sink for 9.
159, of course.
And we'll get Trishula out. Doesn't banish anything on the field, but it doesn't have to. Unlike the Necros version of this, it can banish one each farm. Doesn't have to. So I will still use the effect of it. Let me see what. Honestly, probably the Sangan is what I'll banish out of grave, and then there's one random card in the hand.
Yep.
So. Yo, Blue Bomber! 22 months to final level to summon the ultimate creature. Slide for the executive producer. That is a really good one to summon right now. Okay, so this will be 1, and then we'll roll from there. So 1,
right.
2, 3, go on the other side. My god, that dice is like 1 FPS. Okay, so 4, so it will be the one that dinged up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Duster, okay. Go ahead.
Wait, that's banished.
Oh yeah, the fader should go. The fader should go banished as well. Right, forgot about that. Yeah, no, I missed it. I missed it briefly as well. It's fine, not a problem. Was that the right play in the end? Probably not, but I didn't want to summon Catastor, and I did not feel like leaving a 600 attack dude in play when you've got Quick Draw Synchron as an option. So I was like, yeah, I should probably not.
Yeah, on my end phase, your Stardust Dragon comes back.
Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? I fucking forgot. Thank you for being the one who actually reminded that, because you could have easily just been like, yeah, no, he's gone for good. But yeah, no, thank you for reminding me about that.
No, he's fucking gone. He has to be on the field now.
Yeah, he's like, he's super dead. Come on. No, I fucking forgot about that. Bad. I'm bad today. Oh dear.
Well, I was hoping to draw something particular, but nope. So once again, this deck, as much as it wants to be good, it's not. Yeah, there's really not much I can do at this point. Wait. This monster was special summoned from the graveyard at the end phase.
Yeah, the Stardust, right?
Yeah. Would it work that way then? Would it matter if it worked that way? That's the real question.
Curious.
That's a good question, actually. Would it matter if it was summoned, if it was done that way? I don't think so.
Chaos is saying you can DM him on Discord if you've got a question that might be relevant here.
I don't think it's too relevant because I don't think it's going to matter in the grand scheme of things.
Okay.
Fuck, I see no way out of this. I'm just going to have to activate Dark Hole.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to sack the thingy. Okay, so my one guess would be DD Crow. Would be the question, but I'm gonna wait until after before we chat on stuff here.
Brick, I'm just going to set one in a turn.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll have my answer because the only other thing you've got is Quick Draw. Alright.
Stand by, Stardust comes back.
It sure does. God damn it, I am fucking terrible with this card today. Alright, that's a pretty good one to ding up. We're gonna get sure.
Draw, of course, yep.
Yeah. Alright, so what was the... Oh, Doppel, okay. From your graveyard, yeah.
Yeah, it's from the grave, so no, it wouldn't work that way either way.
Nah.
But even then, if I were to discard it anyway, it would have just been draw Synchron, but Synchron wouldn't have been able to summon anything. Dark Hole is my top draw, so if the top draw was more a monster,
yeah,
that's not a monster. That's not a monster. That's not. Nope, that's a monster. Took him a minute, but yeah, that was not. The hope was to get the Quillbend monster out there, but no, that.
Yeah. Kalut was my last one in hand, which was why I was like, I don't know if it's completely right going through what I did with it there, but then when I went into Trish, my thought was like, I don't want to keep Jin in play because Jin can only get to 2,000 attack with this stuff. It can't even hit over Cyber Dragon at that point, right? So, can it? Hang on. Let me reread this. So, if it battles a face-up monster with defense equal to or less than its attack... Oh, so if I... You can do this in battle step, right? God, it's taking so long to move it to hang. No, during either player's damage step, so it wouldn't have worked. Okay, I was thinking maybe if I could have colluded it in like, because you can do honest in battle step. I was like, maybe if I could collude it in like battle step or something, I'd be able to cut your I'd be able to cut the Cyber Dragon down or anything that sort of big with it because it would have less than 2,000 defense, right? But that's not how it works. So
yeah,
I didn't want to leave it out.
We're in the very bottom of the freaking deck.
Oh no. That sucks. Yeah, I wanted to keep the I wanted to keep make a use out of the Jin, but I didn't want to keep it on field because it could get run over by anything remotely strong. I only had one Kalut. So that's why I was like, well, even if I don't get to banish a card on the field, Trish is still going to be fine here, and it does do more damage to you going for Trish afterwards because of Bora's piercing damage. So yeah, that felt like it was fine. Let me try and mill my deck out of this. Honestly, this thing is going so slow at the moment, I don't know if it's going to matter. I did side out, 3 cards because I put the crows in. I actually didn't put the second Icarus attack in there as I normally would at that point. But I did put 2 DD Crow in as well as the Max C from the side deck here. But I sided out the Gores. I had both my other Gores were in the side deck, but I didn't want to focus too much on it there. Yeah, you've already got that bit out. That's good. Yeah, because this thing is loading so goddamn slowly. It's like I can't.
Yeah, it's put on my end here.
Okay. Yeah, it's like I can't freaking do anything with this. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I actually saw Stardust in the middle of the screen for 1 frame, and then the next frame it was over on the other bit. This is actually unusably slow right now.
Yeah. So I'm just now looking at my deck here. I noticed one big glaring problem here. Quick Draw is the only tuner monster aside from Effect Failure, which I cited in.
Ah, yeah, that is a problem. This is where...
But it was just a fun idea because when you draw 3 ghost rares of this damn card.
Let me close the hang. Oh my god, really? Wow. 3 ghost rares. Seriously. That's...
Oh, sorry. 2. Okay, I'm sorry. 2 ghost rares and an ultra rare. But
yeah,
still,
but still.
2 ghost rares of the same damn card and ultra rare of the same damn card.
Wow.
And first edition, so Junk Berserker first edition, Ghost Rare is $64.
That's pretty good considering it's not the chasiest of Ghost Rares of it. Holy shit! Okay, yeah, he looks pretty good.
He looks good, but he does have a problem with he needs junk monsters.
Yeah.
And I could not find a way to fit junk monsters with this one here, especially since I don't have junk Synchron, first of all. And the only other junk monster I have is Junk Rescue, Junk something.
I know Junk Servant was a rare in this set.
Junk Servant.
Yeah.
Junk Servant, yes. Only 1 of him.
Ooh, yeah.
The only other junk monster I have is Junk Warrior, and I can't even summon him.
Not without using level either, yeah. Yeah, not having junk synchron is really the big sort of catch. That's well, me having like two of them, I would be able to use that, but I didn't pull him, so yeah, it was unfortunate. But man, 3 copies of it though. That's a shame not being able to use that.
Oh well.
Okay, so I may not have a huge amount of time to talk on the stuff. It depends how quick that gets back with the stuff. But I will. I'll go over what I got anyway. I was very close to being able to play the TG stuff or trying to build a deck on it, but I only got one striker. I got the Cyber Magician one, the super rare. I got 1 copy of that. I got a full playset of the Rhino. I got the common, the Warwolf. I got like 8 of that. But I only got 1 TG striker. And you need striker for that. It cyber dragons itself out, and it's a level 2 like tuner to go in with the stuff there. So unfortunately, I just couldn't play it. I really wanted to, but with just 1, if I had 2 copies of it, I'd have tried it, because you could go reinforcement of the army and have it as a search that way, and obviously the TGs will search themselves out a lot from there, so that would have been really good, but I only have 1 copy of striker, so I just couldn't do it.
I debated on using the TG stuff, but I don't know if that was enough. I mean, like 3 werewolves, 2 strikers, 1 rhino, 1 dragonfly, 4 falcons, and then 2 of the dragons.
Yeah, I got 2 dragonfly. I only needed 1 of those. So that was fine.
Which only 1 dragonfly, this is the only TG synchro I have.
Yeah, the other ones are high rarity. I didn't get any of the other synchros either, but they're generic enough. I could just use generic like synchro monsters and stuff for it. So I wouldn't have been too worried about what I was synchro summoning with them. It was more just getting the engine together. Yeah, 1 Rhino, 2, as Chaos is saying, 1 Rhino, 2 Striker is sketch. Same with me being 3 Rhino, but 1 Striker is very sketch. So, neither of us quite got it. We were close, but not quite. I did get 2 copies of the Junk Servant. I don't know what I'd even use that with at the moment, but, like, it's not bad. Like, the card itself is good, but the archetype is just like not coming out right now. So when we get more junk monsters and stuff for it, it'll probably be a decent card. But right now, no. I got 1.
I got all the TG spell trap cards.
I didn't get the draw trap, so I was a little bit sad at that, because I mean, even if Pot of Avarice is good, like generally, I would have liked to have had the trap card, but I didn't get any copies of that, so that's a shame, because they all search each other out. It's very easy to get enough to refuel that. I did get a couple of neat supers. I only got 1 ultra, and it was the stupid Nordic bullshit, the Mara of the Nordic Alpha, which is just such a bad card. It's the level 2 tuner that if you synchro with it, you've got to use 2 Nordics in your hand as the other materials. So, good fucking luck. It's also not the one that summons Odin, which is the 1 synchro, like, Nordic that I have. So, you know, it summons Loki, I think it was. It's bad. Don't care. Like I said, I got the TG Cyber Magician. I got Shen's Advisor, which is not a great card in the first place, but, like, I don't have the 6 Sam stuff. I only got 1 Elder as well, actually. That was disappointing, being a common.
Yeah, I was worried about not getting the elders, because I only drew 1, and about pack 20, it's like, shit. The last 2 packs are 2 more elders.
Oh,
hey!
cool. So you got the playset
so
there.
I got a playset of them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He actually is very useful with that 1 spell card, or Kisku or whatever, of the 6 Samurai.
Yeah, asceticism is really good with it. Yeah, that's the combo that I've noted. That's what I've used in Legacy of the Duelist, actually, is asceticism, because he can special summon himself out. So you special him, you asceticism Kagemusha, and that's your level 5 straight away. So, very, very good.
And they're both Earth, so if I wanted to either do Shien or Nichiria Beast.
Yes, so fantastic on that front. I actually got the super rare Blackwing as well. I was trying to fit it in, but ended up putting Gauze in instead, because I didn't really feel like I was going to get it in the graveyard. It's the level 5 one. Like, if you do 2,000 or more battle damage whilst it's in the graveyard, you special summon the level 5 tuner, the Hillen, is it? The Tengu Wind.
Yeah.
And a level 3 Blackwing as well, like, so you can get to a level 8 synchro with that. It's a once per duel thing, but, you know, they get banished anyway, so who cares? At least I think they do. But I looked at it and I was like, I really want to fit it in, but how am I getting this in the graveyard? It's a level 5 monster that I had to have to, like, normal summon or special it with Shura, but what am I summoning with that then? It's level 9 with 2 material. That doesn't work. So I couldn't end up finding a way of making a justification for it. So I didn't end up playing it. But I did get it, and I was interested in it. Dodger Dragon is kind of cool. If counter trap stuff was getting played a bit more, you can't negate its summon, and it stops you playing counter traps for the rest of the turn. So maybe if we end up getting enough Solemn cards, that would be really good. I got the Karakuri super rare because of course I did. It looked quite good as well, actually, if I remember rightly. It's like, it's a trap. Yeah, it's the counter trap. It negates the spell or trap if you've got to face up Karakuri in defense. So that's kind of neat, but, you know, Karakuri stuff ain't happening. The Mechlor Dragon thing was one I picked up, and that's terrible. I'm not even going to talk about it, but it was there. And then the last holo that I got, there's only one copy of it, but I'm tempted to swap for it at this point with the giving up the wheel. I got a Reborn Tengu. I only got one of it, so I would have to basically do like set trade plus one slot from my I am giving up the wheel because I need the fish deck thing, basically. I only need 3 cards for the fish deck, so I could actually use that to get Tengu there, which is tempting.
Yeah. I think I still traded off from the last pack.
Yeah,
I'm sure I did, so I do need the wheel on this one.
You do. So I should get you that just now.
So I do need that one. Well, the most notable thing, again, aside from Junk Destroyer, 3 Eppin copies. Couldn't get the 4th.
Ah.
That's a fun one, though. The Dragon Newt.
Oh, you got the super rare one then.
Yeah, Lancer Dragon.
Okay, I have a bit of a thing to bitch about that one. Why the hell is that one the super rare when the 1800 attack one that does the same thing is a common? What the hell? I know it's got
dragon. I had no idea.
It's got defense, and that's it. Like it's what 1500, 1800, right? Where the other one is 18 and 12 or some shit. By the way, sorry, this is a really long link, but I don't have the shortened one to hand right now. So
long link is long.
It is.
I still love the picture of like it's a long ass link, and the image it's like, wow, that's a long link. I still love that. Aside from Lancer Dragon Dude, Ashian Dojo. So I have another one of those.
Yeah.
I have more Ashian Dojo and Ashian Advisor. One card I'm curious how it would fit into this, into these decks. Safe Zone.
Oh, that's really cool. I was looking at that one.
Safe Zone, again, that's a very interesting one because it can work either way. Like, there's multiple uses of it actually, but like it's so easy to counter with like a Mystical Space Typhoon or just any of the sorts.
Right,
it's
because
still an interesting card. Because the card's supposed to do is you target a card in the field, it cannot be destroyed by battle or by your opponent's card effects, cannot target it with card effects, and it cannot attack directly.
Yeah.
But if it leaves the field, destroy the monster.
Yeah.
So like even cards that bounce it back into the hand, it can destroy the monster.
Which is yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? But it's a cool card. Apparently it has a bunch of giant combos.
I just don't know where I would be using it though. Yet.
Oh, you know what my immediate thought with it is? Target one face-up attack position monster on the field. Trigger it on the opponent's card and then bounce it back to the hand. With like Giant Trunade or Brionic or something.
Yeah, I mean that was my first thought of that. I was like, huh, that's how we do it.
I'm glad we had that.
A monster. Say, oh, I made your monster immune to attacks and card effects and such, but guess what? It's destroyed. Yeah, so that's a fun one.
The other giant combo I can see with it is it doesn't prevent the opponent from taking battle damage from that, does it? It only stops the monster from being destroyed.
Cannot be destroyed by opponents by battle or by card effects. Cannot target it with card effects, and cannot attack the opponents directly. So yeah, damage would still go through if it's in attack mode.
So yeah, if you hit it with if you hit something that's like really like my Jin, if you had it to stick on the field, you could use that as an outlet to get through an otherwise unbreakable board.
As an outlet, this is for 5th grade.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's oh, that's just reminding me of the Dorkly Pokemon daycare thingy one.
Yeah.
Do you remember the one that Gyarados that? Chump.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go.
I'm amazed Dorkly is still around, funny enough.
Yeah.
That's a conversation for later, though. Aside from that, though, I picked up the Elder of the Six Samurai as well.
Yep.
Cybeast was a pretty interesting tool. Trade Toad. More Toads.
I didn't get one of those. I just realized. God damn it. Not that it's that good. It's just like, God, I didn't even mention him. He's such a chunky little boy too. It's like...
He is chunky. 2,000 defense for one level 1 cost. But it contribute any other aqua monster to such another frog monster in the graveyard to special summon.
How did I not pull him? Oh, I'm sad now.
he's a rare, that's why.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. What was the last one? The last one I wanted to mention. W in Nebula Meteorite.
Oh, yeah, dude, that card is fucking nuts. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I read the description of it. It's like, dude, how? How is this only a common, first of all? Second of all, how did I only grab one? But yeah.
I got like 6.
So for those that don't... Yeah, so like change all face-down monsters on the field to face-up defense. If you find any light reptile monsters face-up, turn them face-down at the end phase and draw a card for each one. Then afterwards, special summon a level 7 or higher light reptile monster from the deck. Excuse fucking me, how many level 7 light reptile monsters are there?
I can think of about 3. Obviously, it's supposed to be a worm card. That's kind of the idea of it, like Worm King and Queen probably.
Oh,
right?
Worm
Nebula.
Okay.
Nebula. Yeah. The only other one I can think of, I think it's a reptile. There's a alien one that's at level 7, which I guess would count. You could technically summon it. I forget what it's called because. Was it Cosmic Horror Gangul or something, maybe? Yeah, because the Synchro is Cosmic Fortress Golgar. Yeah, I think it's Cosmic Horror was the alien one. It was like a rare in GX or some shit.
Yeah.
I think that's a level 7 reptile, so you could probably... And it's light, so you could probably summon it with that. But yeah, no, it's like, dude, what the fuck is this card? But then it's in such an awful archetype. Like, this card is so strong, but there's nothing to play it with. Because all of the worm effects are like absolute garbage for this, right? So
yeah,
it's man, it sucks. But you could give this to like I've been playing Shadol today. There's like if you give this to Shadol, oh my god, this would be busted. Like fuck me, dude. It's so strong. But yeah, just
go on.
No, it's just rough because I love the card, but there's no way of playing it.
Oh yeah, I also picked up the worst gladiator beast, Tigerius.
Yeah, I made the joke when I was going through the set here. It's like, sorry, buddy, the Neos archetype is over there because you know the Neos one is garbage enough that he belongs in that. So I didn't obviously I've said I've only got one Ultra, but I didn't get the fusion from this set for them. It's not the greatest card anyway, but it does take any 2 gladiator beasts, so it can consolidate them to a stronger monster, I guess.
I guess the only 2 to mention was one was Mental Seeker. I was curious how you can play this one here. I mean, I know how, but like it's a psychic monster, and when it's special summoned from the banished monster card, deal a top 3 cards in your opponent's deck, then take 1 card to remove from play.
There's probably a context-sensitive thing for that. If you want,
when it's removed from play card, a special summon, reveal the top 3 cards in your opponent's deck. Choose one of those cards and remove it from play. Then shuffle the others into the deck.
Maybe there's not then, because if it's revealed, then both players get to see it, so maybe you would just have to manually banish them, and then one stays banished, the other ones go back in. Would make sense, actually. Excuse me.
The only other one that worth mentioning, Jar Turtle.
I saw that, and I was like, I have triple Jar of Greed. If I ever wanted stupid draw engine, I have a turtle for it now. Because, yeah, I actually pulled 3 super rare Jar of Greed when we did Labyrinth of Nightmare back in the day. So I actually could play that if I wanted to, and it would be hilarious. But,
yeah, I didn't pull any Jar of Greed. Well.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the start of this, I said I was debating on 2 decks. This one was the one. The other one was the Samurai deck because the Samurai deck was added with a couple of new cards. So I was like, 2 Samurai decks in a row. Let's try something else.
You played Fabled last time.
Did I? I thought
Yeah.
I played Samurai. No,
You won with Fabled against the Nordic stuff. The last deck that you tested before we did Hidden Arsenal 4 was the 6 Sam one. We played 6 Sam versus Blackwing.
Yeah, I guess I didn't have enough then at the time. Well, I guess 6 Samurai should have been played then.
Possibly. Hey, you can play them in the exhibition stuff, which we've got to discuss what we're going to do with that, because my god.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting about that. In the meantime, though, with that said, where is the drafting? So I can get ideas what we're doing here.
Oh, you mean for what the set is and stuff? Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I guess yeah, we actually have Crow's Duelist Pack, the last Duelist Pack that we're going to open for like 4 years in here, in terms of the game stuff. We have Crow's Pack to look at too. Oh my god, it's just giving you as an anonymous Nyan account on here. Kill me now. Okay, so, Turbo Pack 6 is the one that we have today. If I remember rightly, I have a feeling I recognize that one. Turbo Pack 6 might be the one that has, like, not Hot Red, like Red Dragon Archfiend and Stardust as rares. I know that's coming up pretty soon. I'm gonna go, I've just been handed a food, but I'm gonna go take a quick look real quick.
Yeah.
Turbo Pack Booster 6, because I'm curious.
So,
oh, Dark Arm Dragon
6.
Ultimate, that's fun. Fishborg Super, Quick Draw Super, Zombie Master. Yes, it is! Stardust Dragon and Red Dragon Archfiend are rares in this Turbo Pack.
Well, I only get to open one, sadly, so...
Armory Arm is also a rare, so that's cool.
Let's see here. So, Turbo Pack Booster 6, I opened one of those, I guess. And if it's a tournament pack, it would be those?
Yes.
And then structure deck is Lost Sanctuary. Promo, we just entered 2011 not too long ago, so promo will be 2011.
Yep.
And I guess we opened the 10 packs of Crow Hogan after this then.
Yeah, because that's the last thing we need to do before thinging it up. So, you can't get Kalut in there, because I learned, so Kalut is not in that set for some reason. I don't fucking know why, everything else is. But, Kalut is not in there, but the rest of the suite is. You could get the Armed Wing back, that's a rare. Gale is a rare in there. I think Shurabora are also rares, so they'll upscale. Some of the other synchro stuff is in there as well. The chase card for me in that one is Zephyros the Elite. It's an ultra, so it is literally a chase card in there, but that is a generically good card for a ton of decks, as a general purpose thing, especially if you play Call of the Haunted. Very, very good card with stuff like that. So yeah, Zephyros is the chase card in that one for sure.
Sephiroth.
I mean, he might as well have that when he comes in. He does have a blade on his arm, so he is edgy enough for it. Alright, yeah, I'm going to close out of this stupid thing because it's lagging way too much right now. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe I need to try opening Duelng Book on Chrome or something and see. But yeah, that is pretty much that with it. We'll have to discuss what we're going to do with the exhibition stuff. I don't know how many decks you want to bring to this one, to be honest, because we have a lot that we could play, I'm sure. But...
yeah, there's a lot of options there at this point, and I think we've experimented enough that I think we could probably do, like, up to 5 wins.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking, actually, is, like, I think we have enough decks that we could honestly play, like, 5 different ones of it. Last time round we played 3 because we had, basically, the GX stuff wasn't as, like, central, wasn't as amazing for stuff that way. We had, like, a few different things, but not a ton. This time round, I think we have played a different deck in most of these runs. Like, I think you've played Fabled in all of the Hidden Arsenal ones it's been available, but other than that, and like Blackwing once or twice, it's like a different deck every time. It's been really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to experiment with some stuff before we go into that, though, I'm more than happy to play a little bit too. Especially because, you know, stuff like the 6 Sam, if you've not played with Elder and whatnot, you definitely might want to try that out and see what you're dinging in. Yeah, and then I've got some thinking to do as to exactly how I want to set my trades up here of it. I know 3 for sure, although if you've got 1 copy of the card, maybe you could settle things otherwise. All the way back from Phantom Darkness, Deep Sea Macrotrema is a level 1 fish that I need from the deck at this point. It's not optional at this stage. It's the only level 1 non-tuna fish monster that we have right now. And I kind of need that for the deck. So that's going to be one that I need to go back to. But if you've got it, and I'd fucking swap Quasar for that at this point, to be honest. I don't need triple Quasar. So, like, if you've got it, I would save some hassle.
Yeah. Which one is this?
Deep Sea Macrotrema. It's pretty much spelled as it sounds. You know, macro like macrocosmos, and Trema, Trema.
1.
Well, if you're up for swapping the thing, because I don't think you're getting big fish going anytime soon, but if you're up for swapping that, then save me one of my trade slots.
I don't know if I've looked at enough fish yet at this point.
Well, take a look at the stuff first if you want, because I don't know if you've got anything you can make off it that way, but if you need it for something, that's fine. Otherwise, yeah, I'm just gonna put it on the table now. I'll give you the fucking Quasar for that, just to you have the option if you want to make a Quasar deck for the exhibition stuff, you can. Because Fables have been pretty good at making that, according to what Chaos has shown me. So it's possible, and yeah, that would save me a trade slot, and I could maybe make something more interesting out of holes in the last thing here. Oh, it's not that they're complex, Chaos. It's more just that, you know, you need big fish, and if you don't have big fish, then that's kind of it. Right, anyway, I need to get out of here because I have the food, so I need to get these packs and stuff opened up. So, thank you for playing, my dude. I will talk to you later on if you're up to stuff that way. We can do whatever with it.
More later.
And yeah, thanks for the games, and good luck with the rest of the day. I don't know what you're doing with the rest of it, so good luck.
I don't know either, so we'll find out. Alright.
Take care, dude. Right, yeah, like I was saying, I need to get this done fairly quickly, so let's, because otherwise my dinner is going to get cold. So if you would do that, please, and thank you. Yeah, so we will start with the 2 turbo packs, actually. It is turbo pack 6. So let's see, can we pull that second Stardust? That would be really good right now. Blam. No, nothing out of that one that's any good. Where is it? Add to collection. Retry. Nope. Did get a magical dimension though. Okay. You know what? I don't know if that's going to be handy, but it's cool. Green Kappa is interesting. Like, it's a flip effect, so it's a bit slow by now. But Green Kappa does destroy 2 spell traps on the field. They have to be set spell traps though, but you know, could still be fine. And Elector, I don't remember this being like actually good. 2 or more face-up monsters have the same attribute, special summon this on the hand. Once per turn, target 1 face-up card in the field that targets effects in the game. You know what? That's actually kind of good. This is a side deck card against like mono-type decks, right? That's actually alright. Because this can get special summoned at any point. This doesn't have to be when you don't have any monsters. It's not stellar, but it's okay. Right, I'm going to be sad when I do this, but no, I'm not sad. Okay, Cypher Soldier would have also been pretty good to get. It gets 2000 attack if it battles a warrior type monster, so that would have been fun. Right, let's crack these open. I don't need to spend too long on most of the Blackwing stuff here, because we've already seen more than enough of it. So let me just full screen this. We'll bust these open. 10 packs. Blam! Let's see. Okay, Elf and the Raven's fine. You can normal summon this if you've got a Blackwing in play. It's level 6, so there's potential to go into some neat synchro stuff with that. I don't know exactly what to do with it yet, but it's fine. Borer as a rare is going to upscale them just to make sure I have enough otherwise. I guess that's fine. Whatever. I'm looking for one Gale as the main thing from here. Which is there. So now I have the playset of Gale. That is fine. I can trade for Zephyros and not worry about anything here. Cards for Black Feathers is a common in here, so I wouldn't mind picking up a couple of them. Rat to Wing Strike doesn't matter. Yeah, no hollows in the first 5 here, but that's fine. Fucking Blackwing Dragon. If this was Armor Master, this would have been fine. I suppose I replace Light Gazer in my extra decks with this, maybe, because it's 2800, but okay, whatever. Sure, upscales, I think, as well. Silverwind the Ascendant is a free material monster, so it's probably not going to get used that much, but it is a potential synchro for the Blackwing stuff. I do have some space in that deck right now. Fuck me. Okay, second Blackwing Dragon instead of the Armor Master. Why the hell not? Am I right? You can't even use that with Breeze, so whatever. Elephant, that's a playset of Elephant. Last pack is Armed Wing. Armed Wing 2 is actually good, because that just replaces an Iron Chain Dragon as the better monster. It's Blackwing in name, so I can use it with the Kalut, which is fine. I only got the one Gale, but that's all I needed anyway. Did I even get... I got one Cards for Black Feathers. Cards for Black Feathers is basically Allure of Darkness, but you can't special summon with it, and you have to have the monster first, I think. It's like you discard you banish a Blackwing, right? Yeah, you have to banish a Blackwing first and then draw 2. You can't special summon in the same turn, so... Bit sketch at times. I'd rather play Allure, but... You know, this is a third copy of Allure, so... Any Librarian luck? I will be trading for it at this point. We did win today's round, so I can now trade for Librarian. Maybe Deep Sea Macrotremer if I can prize Kib's copy off him. I'll trade for something else, but it will be Pot of Avarice, Librarian, Macrotremer if I need to, and I have a choice to make. I could get either TG Striker and get like a second copy of that for the to make 3, because I have like all the other TG main monsters I would need, or I could take Reborn Tengu, because I did pull one of those, and using the set trade plus my 4th trade-in slot, I could take Tengu and have 3 Tengu here. What was pulled of note? This guy, but only one of it. Cyber Magician, but I didn't get enough Striker to make the deck. Dodger Dragon was okay. The Blackwing I didn't play in the end. No, Jin was good. This one was good. I'll play this one. No, Librarian's not in Extreme Victory. It's a promo card. Shen's Advisor was bad. Cash Shed is good, but I don't have the cards to go with it. And then the TG package was fine except for Striker. So I only got 1 Striker, so I'll need to work on that. But like, I got the Dragonfly, so I don't have to trade for that. So basically all I need to do is decide which way around I want to go. I want to try the Tet Jenna stuff. It seems pretty cool. I didn't get any of the big synchros for it, but you don't need to. Generic synchros are fine. Right, anyway, I have food. I need to get that sorted out. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Maybe I'll come back on later to do some deck building and whatnot, but yeah, I'll decide on the stuff. I need to get Zephyros as well. I have in my future pool, I have a couple of sort this by rarity. I have a couple of things in here that I can swap out for it. Dimensional Fissure is the big one, or Crystal Promise. I have 2 secrets that I can trade, one of which to trade for Zephyros the Elite. So I am going to build that, and I realized they were a stun deck back in the day, but fuck that. I ain't playing. I haven't got the things for a stun deck. Anyway, I'll see you guys later on. Bye bye.